Welcome to All Things Social Security. My name is Stephanie Joy of Joy Disability. I am a Social Security disability attorney, and I would like to invite you to watch our daily video tips on the Social Security disability and SSI claims process each day at the new time of noon Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube on this channel. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our live Q&A live stream. So you are welcome to join that as well. Ask your questions, get there on time, and you'll be one of the first answered. Thanks so much and have a great day. Enjoy the video. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How are you all? I hope you're all doing great. This is All Things Social Security. And today we are going over a Social Security Administration release yesterday on August 11th. So you guys won't get this for a while, but it's not urgent, but I think it's important to get out there in due time. And it's about 13 new compassionate allowance listings that they have added. As you might know, compassionate allowances, those kinds of diagnoses are treated separate on an expedited basis because usually they are so severe. By definition, it's not even so much, I have a diagnosis, but I have the severe deterioration of it versus an insevere deterioration, and therefore one could be disabling, one's not. The diagnosis alone with these tend to be disabling in and of themselves and or terminal. It's really serious stuff. Oftentimes, just to have the diagnosis, we are very dependent on others for care. That's how severe the disabilities are by definition. Okay, so, and periodically the Social Security Administration adds new ones. They take public input if somebody thinks a particular diagnosis should be included as a compassionate allowance, and they go through a whole sequence of events to decide which ones appropriately should or should not. And I think they take comments and everything from the public potentially. Okay, so this came out August 11th. Today is the next day, but I don't think you guys are going to see this that timely, only because there's other things coming out. Let's see, I'm going to get to the list. I'm just going to see if there's anything that they point out. They do say that the CAL list, which is compassionate allowance listing, is our way of fast tracking help for people with the most severe health problems. If your condition is on that list, it's serious enough to qualify for disability benefits, and your application is moved forward to the front of the line. So you get to eliminate all that RFC, step 3 of the sequential evaluation process, all the very time-consuming things, because the fact that you were, I think they basically just have to see that you were diagnosed properly under the medical acceptable criteria for diagnosing the condition, and then you'll be compassionate allowance. So I'm going to butcher some of these names, guys, because they're always the kinds of things that most of us don't know anything about. And those of us that do, it's a tough life. So my feelings go out to all the people that do have one of these conditions, and I think there's about 300 now on the list, but 13 new ones, or a loved one. Perhaps it's even more painful. So here we go. We've got All-Kline syndrome. That's AU-KLINE syndrome. We have bilateral I'm going to butcher it, anophthalmia. I'm sure I didn't say that with the right accent. That's bilateral ANOPHTHALMIA, anophthalmia. I have to presume I didn't say that right. Number 3 is Carey-Feynman-Zeiter syndrome. Carey is C-A-R-E-Y, Feynman, F-I-N-E-M-A-N, and then dash Zeiter, Z-I-T-E-R syndrome. Then there's Harlequin ichthyosis for a child. Next is hematopoietic stem cell transplantation, followed by LMNA related congenital muscular dystrophy, followed by progressive muscular dystrophy, followed by pulmonary amyloidosis, AL type, followed by Rasmussen encephalitis, followed by thymic carcinoma, followed by Turnpenny-Fry syndrome, and that's Turnpenny like it sounds, TURNPENNY-FRY, Turnpenny-Fry syndrome, followed by WHO, capital W, capital H, capital O, WHO grade 3 meningiomas, and last but not least, and I'll butcher this, Tokita Takanouchi Kim syndrome. ZHU, Z-H-U dash Tokita, T-O-K-I-T-A dash Takanouchi Takenomouchi-Kim syndrome. You think I did pretty well with that one, don't you? Maybe that's Japanese. I'm not sure. I was in Japan once, many years ago. It was pretty interesting. Anyway, so they now say that there is now 300 conditions on the list, and that means that more people than ever can get the help they need without waiting months or even years for a decision. So there you go. More of the compassionate allowances came out August 11th, 2025. You know, I kind of had a mission to go through each compassionate allowance. And I think I got through like 4 over the last couple of years because there's just not enough time in the day. But it's always something I kind of want to do because I like to know more about them. And I should say this, they point out that they review the medical records when you apply for disability. But if your condition that you mentioned in your application is on the CAL list, Compassionate Allowance Listing List, they'll use a technology they have to flag your application and speed things up. And that's why I always say it's important if you do have a compassionate allowance to try to use the way it is called on this list. Although I suspect that the AI that will help them also pull them to make sure humans don't make so many errors and miss something, they probably have a few different ways it's worded because probably different doctors might call it something similar. You know how like diagnoses can sometimes have multiple slangs and just not always exactly the same. That could be the case here. But it's also an example, I think, of how AI can be really useful in helping disabled people with the SSA process because leaving everything up to the human eyeball means human error. I don't think we can ever do without the human eyeball. But if the human eyeball can be assisted with a fast programming that can pull out these things so fast and it doesn't have to wait weeks for someone to read through and find it and not have bleary eyes, why not? Right? We've been using AI forever anyway. It's just that now it's such to the forefront in our national headlines and everything. And because it's probably taken a whole new sophisticated turn that's a little concerning for many of us. But here's an example where it can be really helpful. So I am really happy for it. Anyway, all right, so that is our compassionate allowance newbies for 2025. Maybe we'll have some more in 2026. I don't know. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you later. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful, if not just a little bit informative. In the event you have a Social Security question you want addressed, please feel free to make a comment below and ask the question, even if nothing to do with this particular video. And just a quick, again, reminder, we have our daily video shares and tips around noon every day of the week. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our live Q&A session where you can come in live and enter your questions in the chat. And we all pretty much have a good time for an hour or two. I look forward to seeing you there, hopefully. And lastly, don't forget about our benefactor memberships. They're very reasonably priced. The first one is very nominal and you get a few perks, but on a bigger scale, it contributes to us being able to fulfill a mission of assisting certain people with representation that would otherwise not be able to get it. We look forward to continuing to do that. And so far, it's working out like the bomb. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye now.